These are the things that you need to be doing whenever you go out and you're practicing your shooting, whether it be at a gun range, whether it be if you got your backyard set up for it. Does not matter where it's at. It's all still the same principles, and these are the things that a lot of people don't like realize. And I think about this from a survival aspect here, guys. Here's a big thing. When I see people practicing and all they do is they use the same old motions, they're shooting at the same targets, and they're just standing in that same spot. In a real world scenario or self-defense situation, you're not going to be standing at the exact same spot. So you need to practice with that. And if you can get set up to where your targets are moving, it will just make you that much better at what you're trying to do. Now, I'm not saying that is a realistic thing to where if somebody is trying to run across it, it's going to do it, unless if you're in law enforcement or the military. But I will say that there are some things, though, that I see along these lines that people really don't seem to understand. And another thing is like when guys are at the range and they're trying to do a quick reload with their pistols, and they take their pistol and they're afraid to just let their magazine drop out just like that. They're afraid to just let it hit the ground so they can slide the other one up in it. They're fumbling it. They're trying to get it back in their belt. They're trying to do various things. And in a real world scenario, guys, unless if you've been under a lot of stress before and you're trained like this, again, like in the military, like they train special forces guys or even infantrymen to be able to think without really having to think. It's all muscle memory, guys, and that's the way that you got to be. You got to get to where it's muscle memory. Everything is muscle memory, and you're not thinking about it, because when you're thinking, you're making a lot of mistakes. And how do you get that muscle memory? You get it by going through the motions all the time, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. You want to get really good at something, do it 1,000 times. You want to get really great at something and be phenomenal at it, do it 10,000 times. You want to be in the top tier percent of everybody doing it, do it 100,000 times. And this is something a lot of people don't seem to understand. And there's some lack here about people thinking just because they own a firearm that it's going to do everything on its own. It's just like anything else. You got to practice with it. You got to know how they work. You got to be safe with them, obviously. And a lot of people, this is a problem with some open ranges, so to speak, is that you see people who really were never taught or showed how to properly handle a firearm. And the first thing that you should always do, if anybody hands you a firearm and they go to hand it to you, you should always check it to make sure it's cleared, just like this one is right here. As you guys can see, completely cleared. There's no rounds in there. Don't ever take anybody's word for it. Even if you saw them unload it, still check it anyway. It's just a good habit to get into. It's the same reason that if you go down to a gun shop or you go down to Bass Pro or wherever it may be, they will pull the slide back on a semi-auto, or they'll open the chamber up on a 6-gun or anything, and they will check it. They're checking to make sure that it's cleared and there's nothing in there whenever you're going to observe it. And these are just basic things, though, guys, that a lot of people should be taught, but a lot of times people don't think about it. They're excited to get out there. They're excited to go out there and shoot. But I'm here to tell you guys, nothing should get overlooked. It's the small things that add up into big things. And if you get sloppy on the small things, then it's going to tear over to the big things whenever it comes to your marksmanship and being able to practice this thing. And it will also spill over into other things in the survival world that you are trying to do. Whether it be trying to build a fire, you will just go through and you will just, half-a it all the way through, and you will not be happy with the way it's turning out because you don't have the commitment to follow through on things. And with this in particular, everything adds up. It's all steps. It's all followed. And if you're somebody that has never shot a firearm before and you're going out there, a lot of the stuff I'm saying in this video today is going to be for you. And you need to understand this as far as this goes. But even if you're somebody that really doesn't think about these things, because like the magazine thing I was talking about earlier, dropping it on the ground, people are afraid to do that. They're like, oh, it's going to get tore up, it's going to do this. And a lot of people are afraid to go out there and fire off rounds. And a lot of people don't know the proper way to train, guys. There's a proper way to train to where you could spend a magazine or two at the range and get more out of it than those guys that go out there and they go through a box of 200 or 300 rounds at the range with their 9mm pistol. There is a proper way to do it, and a lot of people do not understand this. But that's a topic for another video, because we're going to dive way into depth on that and the proper way that, and it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but we'll dive into that in a later video. But I'm telling you guys this, these are just basic things that I've noticed, and people get arrogant. They think they know everything, and that's just the problem with society in general now these days, but especially when it comes to stuff like this. Try to give them tips, hints. Every firearm is different, particular makes and models, so learn about them. If somebody's there and they have years of experience in this, let them help you guys. That's the biggest mistake I see people making, is that they are too arrogant and self-absorbed to let, or it's like they're too embarrassed to let other people help them with their firearms or at the range, or trying to, you know, help them and show them. And guys, there's a lot of people out there that have been trained in this, proper firearm handling. You might be dealing with a guy that's ex-Special Forces. You might be dealing with a guy that trained people at the FBI Academy. You don't know who you're talking to in front of you. But don't take all the advice that you're given, and always check and make sure what they're telling you is accurate. But a lot of times at the range, if somebody seems like they know what they're talking about, they at least partially know about what they're talking about. I'm not going to say that they do wholeheartedly, and really it's best to get somebody that you know and that you trust that has this knowledge all the way through. And it's something that I really wish more people would take into account, because it really is, and it'd be survival or in firearms or whatever it be though, guys. It's really all of us learning from each other and getting better at the end of the day. It's not about me or you. It's about you and me and everybody else. So keep all this in mind though, guys. I know that there is a lot of other stuff out there I missed. If you have something to add into this, and you have something out there that drives you utterly insane at the range that people do that I didn't talk about, I try to keep these videos under 10 minutes. So just let us know down in the comments down below what we missed, and we'll try to cover them in a later video. And we'll also let other people know though too that are watching this video what it could be. So comment down below though, guys. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Crazy things are happening in the world, and I will say this, I will end this video by saying this, guys. You need to carry some kind of self-defense tool with you. It doesn't have to be a pistol. It could be a knife. It could be anything else. But the world is getting crazier. A pistol is a good thing. Honestly, carry multiple different ones. You carry a pistol. You carry a knife. You can carry a taser, pepper spray, a nightstick, all that. Or you can carry all of it if you really, really want to. Just be aware of the places that you're going into. Some places don't allow that stuff. And be aware of any laws that are pertaining to your area, your district, or any particular permits that you have to own certain things. God bless each and every one of you guys, and we will catch you in the next one.